of Edgar Rice Burroughs' famous book, in reality is the son of a titled English couple, Lord and Lady Greystoke, who were put ashore by a mutinous crew in the jungles of West Africa. The maroon couple were left with tools and firearms, and Tarzan's mother and father built the little hut in which Tarzan is born a year afterward. It's the night of their little son's first birthday. Lord and Lady Greystoke are sitting in their rude but strongly built home. Around them lies the jungle, dark, mysterious, teeming with great sinister shapes, mocking with dreadful quiet through the night. The roar of a lion tells that the mighty monarch of the forest has made its kill, and from farther away can be heard the hideous laughing cry of the hyenas, echoing the lion's thunderous roar. The wind rustles the leaves of the trees outside. Both are startled.
What's that, John?
Yes. I heard it too. Oh, it's only the wind in the trees, dear.
It gave me rather a start.
Hey,
How we doing?
good. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, perfect. I couldn't hear you, but now I can.
Excellent. Hold on. Just a couple of things on the back end look different. So.
Do we get an update?
Nope. I think we're good. We should be okay here. I'm trying to get our names off the screen. I think that people know who we are, so that's not that big of a deal.
Next time we should coordinate, and I can be Robo and you can be Picto.
Oh, that would be clever, Joe. I like that thought.
Yeah.
How we doing?
I'm good.
Names are stuck.
Seems like
not a big deal.
Seems like this is one of our slowest weeks. We don't have as much going on as we usually do.
What are you talking about?
Well, I guess I was doing. There's no short box auction this week. There's no show this weekend.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the first time in a while that there's nothing going on this weekend in terms of auction ending or show we're going to.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I have been busy all day. Let's see. I printed out our short box orders. The auctions ended Sunday night, that Bronze Age horror auction we did. So we had a whole string of orders to print out there. We're doing inventory on the website, so hopefully, all that will be squared away before show season really starts. And then I've been processing. I probably added 70 plus books to the website today.
That's great. So go check out the website, and it will be updated because there are times we get orders and we can't find books. But we're as Adam said, we're in the middle of inventory, so as soon as that's done, everything should be up to date. Hopefully,
in theory, you shouldn't have a problem ordering on the website. So we'll see what happens.
This was our first themed short box auction. Seemed like it did pretty well.
It was Bronze Age horror, and then a couple of later Silver Age books were mixed in there, and I feel like they performed halfway decent.
Mm-hmm. Silver Age books as well. Horror books.
A couple of later, just like Silver Age Charltons that I think.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. But the majority was the Bronze Age horror, and actually we sold. I have them here. These are the ones I actually listed for that auction, but we sold our color variants on the short box. If you guys haven't seen, I feel like we haven't pushed them in a while. Chamber Chills 23 exact reprint. These actually did really well. The Chamber Chills, did that go for 40?
I'm actually not sure which one. I think the Beware went for 40.
The Beware went for 40. I think the Witch's Tale went for 42, and then the Weird Mysteries and the Witch's Tales 25. Those also sold. But if you're bidding in the Chamber Chills, you can still get them for 25 or 20 on the website. The Chamber Chills are only $20 on the website. They did really well. It was kind of fun to have those in the Bronze Age horror section because they're kind of, I know they're Golden Age technically, or Atomic Age,
And Shortbox did they kind of did a social push for those they kind of highlighted them what they were. We gave them a little blurb for it. So
Yeah, and it was really nice. I thought that was I think that definitely helped push them there at the end.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so the themed auctions for Shortbox, we're going to continue that. That's going to be we're going to be doing a bi-weekly Shortbox. Is it going forward, Adam, start on Thursday and end on Sunday? Is that
is Jack Perlowitz in the room? I don't want to misuse bi-weekly. I'm not sure what that entails.
No, we looked that up. Bi-weekly either means twice a week or every other week.
Which doesn't make any sense, but I mean,
it doesn't make any sense, but you can use it either way.
It seems
like it should be weekly bi or bi-weekly, you know what I mean? And
yep.
Change it up. That's the English language for you, though.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's postmodern.
So it's going to be every other week or twice a month.
Yes. Yep. That checks out.
Yep.
And then we have another announcement with Shortbox coming up. We can't talk about that. We signed an NDA, but we'll discuss that at a later date. So.
I'm going to be excited to hear what it is because
that's funny because you didn't sign an NDA. I did.
I don't think I signed an NDA, but I don't know what it is. So
that's fair, yeah. So I guess it kind of works out.
I'm gonna learn with everybody else.
Joe, we added 70 books to the website today.
Yeah, you want to go over some of the things we've added?
That might be a record. Yeah, you want to?
And by we, I mean all the work I did, and then none of the work you did.
Oh, don't be silly. Hold on. I don't want to share you the back end of the screen, so just give me 4 seconds. Okay. There we go. I have you over there, and then I have you over here. All right, I got to share it with you, and then I got to bring it out of the current tab, I think. Okay, there we go. Joe, can you see that?
I can.
Okay, excellent. I think that's a good way. Oh, you know what? That might be a good way of looking at it, right?
I think so.
It's not how we've looked at it before, but we're at the bottom there.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to try and get our damn names away. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. There we go. Participant names. Oh, perfect, Joe. All right, we'll take a look at the website. You want to start on what we added, or you want to start on the blog? Where do you want to start, Joe?
Yeah, let's start with what we added.
All right, awesome. All right, so a lot of I think this is a good batch between books that hit Instagram in the past couple of weeks, and then books that are somewhat freshly processed. I love the Strange Tales 180, and again, everything got when the books at the show on Tuesday, Joe, you grade and price them for Tuesdays, but you mark them down about what 5-10% of what they're going to hit the website for.
Yeah, usually around about 10% or so. What they're going to go up on the website. Some are, some of the bigger ticket stuff, we kind of start a little higher. But for the most part, it's usually about 10% or so. I love that Love Confessions. It's a tough book.
That thing is neat. I think it's really cool. Good plus 2.5. Neat book from 1950. Its quality is interesting. I like that they had a whole string of romance books they were doing.
Oh yeah.
But $59 on that guy. The Wild Western 11. That's
or girl.
Wait, what was that?
Or girl.
Oh, that's funny because it's a lady.
Because it's a romance book. Yeah, that Wild Western. That is that a Canadian edition? Did that come in that small Canadian collection we got, or is that an actual?
Yeah, this is that's Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at the back cover, but I think it's because I'm in a smaller window.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool book. I'm shocked that this made it through the show. Spooky's Haunted House, number 13.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Absolutely striking spooky cover there. I love the masthead. That thing is great.
Yeah, like I think we've talked about it. I like Spooky more than I like Casper. I think Spooky is the ultimate ghost. I think it's the like bowler hat. Is that what it is? Bowler hat?
No, it's not the bowler hat. It's a
Is it fedora?
No, it's not a fedora. It's a oh, it's gonna bug me. Someone in the chat help us out, please.
What kind of hat does he wear?
He wears a someone's gonna say it. Andy Fisher's going to get in there. Ruben's going to get in there. Someone's going to get in there.
Yeah.
Joe, the Dutch Donald Duck 1.
Yes.
Like, this book is absolutely amazing.
Very cool book. Yep. With Huey, Dewey, and Louie cover from 1953, I think.
I believe so. Yep, I believe so.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, BG minus 3.5. Yeah, 53.
That was the first time I've seen that book. I've never seen that one before.
It's a derby hat.
Derby. Yeah,
Andy, I knew he was going to help us out.
Yeah. Should have known that.
Joe, anywhere else you want to stop? You just let me know.
Well, so the Brooks Robinson's cool. It's signed by Sinnott. Also, the TMNT 1 third print. Again, it seems like we're getting those every so often. It seems like
we keep
they're
getting
really
dirty.
easy to come by, but I think it just so happens that we you traded for one, and then we bought 2 in collections. I think, is that what happened? Yeah, 2 in collections. And it just figures there was actually local collections, so it was guys from around here, and I feel like the Northeast is the place to find those early turtles.
That's a very good point. It's where they first distributed, right?
Yeah, so I think we have an easier time of coming by some of those, and the third print definitely had a much larger print run than the first and second. Obviously,
yeah, again, what was that?
Obviously, the first, like, you know, it.
Yeah. What's the first? Is it 3,000 books?
It's something like that. But then there's some theories that, like, I know one guy who worked at a shop around here claimed that their first delivery of the Turtles one got wrecked and, like, it was left out in the rain or something. So, like, that number might even be lower.
Yeah, and I heard that was 1,000 books, but I feel like that seems a little high. But
yeah,
I'm wrong.
The Marvel Tales is cool. Reprints that not only reprints the first AF-15 Spidey story, but also Doctor Strange 115, his origin. Strange Tales 115. Sorry, yeah.
That is really cool. That is mint.
Yeah, very cool.
I like that it's an AF-15 cover swipe.
It is the cover. It's not even a swipe. It's the cover.
That's funny. They changed the colors on it, right?
I think they just changed the colors. Yeah, but I think it's the same cover.
Oh, that's funny. Same exact image.
Yeah. It actually is better colors than the AF-15. The AF-15 is kind of dark.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of gradients, but the gradient in the sky there is hover over. It's gonna.
I think with the AF-15, it was still that if it had come out a little later when superheroes were like a bigger thing, I think the colors would have been more vibrant because they really were hitting on those vibrant colors later on.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah.
But like the early TOSs and TTAs and stuff, it was more the tone of the covers were a lot more darker.
World's Wonder has a good point. First is more than that, so I mean it's a good chance to buy a reprint.
What do you say?
He said the first is more than that.
Oh yes, the AF-15 and the Strange Tales 115 is much more than that.
A lot more than
Challenger of the Unknown is a very cool book. It's Kirby virtually trying out the FF for DC, which is awesome.
I love these type issues are neat. It's why I love the pre-hero stuff, and I'm shocked that it gets overlooked, but to each his own. Yeah,
well, it definitely takes another step to find those tryout books. You really have to love the characters and be a true collector to want to go out and not only complete an FF run, but also get the Kirby tryout books and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with you, I know that for a while you were collecting first published works, and I feel like you need to really be dedicated to knowing those issues in order to get it done.
Yeah, I think what was cool about collecting the first artist works was it took some research. Alex Schomburg, Kirby, those guys are a little easier to find, but trying to find Don Newton's first published work is not the easiest thing to figure out.
You mean the documentation of what his first published work is in the first place?
Yeah. Key Collector app does have lists certain artists' first work. But again, they don't have everybody because that would be nearly impossible.
They also don't love feedback, but
But they actually asked me to be a contributor the other day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they reached
Ah.
out, but
Then you kind of got your foot in. You've now gained their respect.
yeah, part of it was though, you know, when we actually reached out to Key Collector App a couple years ago to tell them about the foxholes.
Yes. Yep.
Adam and I realized that if we let go of too many trade secrets, books are gonna explode and then be out of our price range.
You had to buy them up first. Market manipulation, you know.
Exactly. But no, but yeah, it is fun trying to collect first artist work, and again, some of them are, you know, relatively cheap. Like you can get a Jim Aparo, which I think it's Charlton. I forget what the title is. It's like Go, I think. Don Newton's Charlton. A lot of the guys are Charlton, and you know those ones are relatively inexpensive if you can find them. But
yeah, yep.
speaking of tough books to find, Madhouse number 3 and Madhouse number 1 from 57 here.
Yep. I mean, these were on the show last Tuesday, but you know, this is the kind of stuff that I really like putting up on the website. And I like the idea of what I do like with what we've decided to do is we have a wide array of inventory hitting the site every day. So if you're looking for gold, silver, or bronze, there's a good chance that it's not just going to be a string of. There's the occasional run of things, but we kind of like to diversify the eras in which we're, you know, listing books on the site with.
Yeah, I think you do a really good job of mixing it up, because I mean, you know, just going through these books, it's amazing the array of stuff.
But these two madhouses needed to be put side by side, you know.
Yeah, I agree, and you know, I know we talked about it on the show last Tuesday, but like the fact that the one on the left, the number 3, it's a reducing salon, and the woman in the back is eating hot dogs, and just like I don't. The woman on the wall is coming off of the wall. Like it's just amazing. And there's no way you get away with something like this.
The horse that she is riding is yelling that this is Moida, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yep.
Much like the Madhouse, is it number 4 that we love? There's just every time you look at it, there's something new that you didn't notice before.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. The well done and medium rare. It's just amazing stuff. Slenderella reducing salon.
It what $1.45. That seems it's a 4.5 for one of the best winners. Maybe
it's a solid book. And if you actually look up GP, there's there's not a lot of data on it. I think a fine sold for like $250 or so, like 5 or 6 years ago.
But these are, I mean, this is quality golden age stuff. This is
it's definitely cool stuff, and again, not something you find all the time.
Absolutely not.
Second Punisher, which is cool, Spidey 135.
I've always loved that cover.
Oh.
And then Werewolf by Night 12, him in the rearview mirror. I always thought that was great.
Yeah, always a fun one too. Yeah.
Jetsons 1.
Speaking of Charlton,
that's a highlight book. $38 for a 3.0.
And then more Punisher.
Yeah, Marvel Super Action 1. Yep.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, man, for like modern books, I really do like this cover art.
Yeah, I believe that's Matt Wagner, and he really knocked out of the park. The his run on Batman is pretty amazing. The covers he did.
Yeah, well, this is 2005, so it's vintage at this point.
That's funny that it is vintage, yeah.
That coverless Flash 123, that book's still structurally solid.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, you know, that the selling point on that book is the cover. And unfortunately no cover, but and then of course some ECs, which you had actually some ECs on the show on Sunday, Adam. We did an At Last show on Sunday.
Yep.
And
real quick, RJam 56, who we've not heard from in a long time, just checked in. So RJam, good to see you, man.
Nice to see you, RJam.
I'm sorry, Joe. I cut you off.
No. So you showed some high grade, well, not high grade, but high grade for ECs in the mainly like fine-ish range.
Yeah, actually, you want me to grab those really quick?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, if you know where they are. Yeah. So I can't control the screen, so we're just going to talk about how cool these EC books are, and it'll be a big league tease until Adam gets back. I know Tales from the Crypt 20, I believe it's a 6.0, which is actually number 1. I think there's a 32 in there. I'm trying to see if I have the list here. I don't. But what I was going to say is that EC collection, we actually got a run of ECs, run of Tales from the Crypt that we're going to be picking up in Charlotte. So in about a month, we'll have a pretty good run of Tales from the Crypt. And if you're at Charlotte, if you're going to Heroes, we'll be there and we'll debut that collection there at Heroes. And then when we get back, we'll start processing it and running it through the website and then on Instagram shows on Tuesday. Yeah, so I think they're a pretty good run of Tales from the Crypt. There's a couple others, including like a Battle Action, I think like number 7. That was a CGC 6.5. So some really cool books that we'll be showcasing in Charlotte. So again, stop by the booth at Charlotte. Adam, do you know the booth number for Charlotte yet?
Unfortunately, Joe, I do not know the booth number off the top of my head.
We can tell people what the plan is for Charlotte, though, right? That's not part of that NDA.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll be taking Short Box's booth in Charlotte this year.
At
so
Heroes, we'll be at the Short Box booth. So it's a double booth. It's diagonal from Harley, so it's right on the main strip. I think we're actually diagonal from the Reese Boys too, Adam. I think we'll be able to see the Reese Boys.
I believe you're right, Joe. I believe so.
So come to the booth on Saturday at Heroes, and we'll have, like I said, a pretty good run of Tales from the Crypt if you're looking for some Tales from the Crypt, including, unless they sell now, but the ones Adam's about to show.
Which, Joe, if you, I'm gonna scroll. If you can talk about 2 more books, I'm actually gonna pull up my phone for another camera, and then we can take a look at the ECs that way.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I was just talking about how we'll have most of those books at Heroes. I also just booked the hotel for 2 more shows. We'll be at Empire Comic Fest in Rochester, New York, on July 11th and 12th, which is a Friday and a Saturday, and then the weekend after. So I think it's the 19th and 20th. We'll be at Gem City, which is in Dayton, Ohio. Our buddy Bill Thade puts that on. We're looking forward to that show. It's going to be a good time. So yeah, so the next 3 shows: Heroes in Charlotte, June, I think 20th, and then Rochester Empire Comic Fest, and Gem City in Dayton. In August, right now we have scheduled Terrificon at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, which is another fun show. And that's it for now for shows. But we'll be adding some. We're still debating Baltimore. We actually we might be taking the Short Box booth at Baltimore too. We haven't figured that one out yet, but
yeah, I'm not sure about that one yet, but we'll definitely see what happens.
But we'll make an announcement if that does happen.
All right, Joe, I'm very sorry. That just took me a second.
No, that's okay.
All right. Okay, there we go. All righty. All right, I'm going to close out of this screen, and then I'll move over to the ECs we're going to take a quick look at. All right, let me just adjust this bad boy. Yeah, Joe, you mentioned Empire Comic Fest. You mentioned
Gem City.
Yep.
And then of course Heroes. So if you're we're trying to hit a few different areas of the country. Unfortunately, we don't get to the West Coast this year, but maybe next year we'll try and do a show out there. But yeah, so if you're in or around those areas, definitely come by. I think the nice thing about Rochester Empire Comic Fest and Gem City is they're not very expensive to get into. It's might be a $10 or $15 ticket to get into.
Yeah,
Whereas-
Rochester really is a gem, man. Mike
Yeah,
Blowers, dude.
Mike Blowers brings some great inventory. He does a really nice job. He had like 3 Hulk 181s on his wall last year, so it is a fun show to do. He definitely kind of based it off of the Little Giant old school comic show.
Yeah, he'll tell you that too.
Yeah, yeah. So much so that I think Jason. I don't think there's any ill will towards Mike, but I think right down to like the social media content, Mike has really just followed Jason's lead on that.
Which again, it's like in my eyes, it's just good shows helping other good shows put on a good show, you know?
Yeah, but it's a fun show. There's a like I said, good array of books, and it's all books, all vintage books for the most part. There are some modern books, but
all right, Joe, hold on. We're gonna maximize this bad boy.
Oh, nice. There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, not really, but if you think it is, that's worth something.
No, I think this is great. This is how we should do all our shows. We should just sit here and you can just keep flipping through books.
Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna be I can sit here and give you a seizure by moving the camera so much.
No. I mean like a regular Tuesday show. If you just throw them on that stand.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. I mean, you can always change the format.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, there we go. So
as I said,
lay it on me, Joe. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you out.
Oh no, it's all right. Tales from the Crypt 20. So it's actually technically number 1. It takes over the numbering from Crypt of Terror because publishers didn't want to pay the government any more money than they had to. Pretty cool here. CGC 60. Not an easy book to come by, Adam. I've actually never seen one before. I've never.
Nor have I. Adam has a Andy D. Fish. Thanks. I mean, that is ultimately true. I haven't seen this before, and Joe, like what I noted to you was initially seeing the masthead, how different the masthead from every other Tales from the Crypt is. I think this thing is beautiful. The colors in this are absolutely wild.
Well, ECs love their reds. So it's kind of fun to see like a blue masthead, which I don't think they did very often, especially a light blue. It seems like they either did like vibrant like red colors or like they're more of a deeper, like darker colors, but you never really see like that kind of light blue.
No, you don't. You really don't.
And it's a cool Johnny Craig cover. It's not one of the classic Johnny Craig covers, but it is a cool one.
But it's super neat.
So this is a CGC 60 with off-white to white pages for $2,800.
Yes, sir. Yep, I believe
or
so.
Or $2,850.
Let me get the price in the. It's funny. It was priced somewhere. I think it was $2,850, Joe.
I think it's $2,850. Yep.
$2,850. Next one after that, Joe, we got Tales from the Crypt number 32.
So this is what I meant by like the darker like colors here. Like it's a dark green masthead. But cool Tales of Crypt 32 from 52. It's a CGC 55 with creamed off white pages for $9.85.
Jack Davis cover, elephants but to stomp some woman's lights out. It's I don't know. It is striking. Not the I would say
Keeper, Vault Keeper, and the Old Witch.
Yeah, it's not my favorite in the stack, but I mean that's not saying much because like they're all just equally. One is just less amazing than the other,
Yeah, no, it is cool. Again, it's not one of the like classic EC books, but it is still cool. And again, 5.5, pretty nice for that run of ECs.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a great one.
Wally Wood.
Oh, and I guess they did use the bright blue Adam.
Oh yeah, I mean it's funny. I'm looking at my slipcases and the Weird Science and Weird Fantasy slipcases. They're both like the same color blue. So, I feel like maybe in the Weird Sciences they use them. I don't think it's not all too uncommon, but I think you're right. Yeah. It's I don't know, for some reason it just looks. Maybe it's because the color is so vibrant in these. I'm not sure, but.
This is a cool Wally Wood cover, as you said, Wallace Wood. CGC 5.5 with creamed off white pages. And what do we have on this one, Adam?
We have $10.50 on it.
$10.50 on this one. Cool guillotine cover. I actually was grading and grading some books for Whatnot, and on the Whatnot show on Thursday, we have a Doctor Strange from the Sorcerer Supreme storyline. That's issue number 12, and it's Doctor Strange, and he's getting his head cut off. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, I think it's number 12 from the Sorcerer Supreme. I've never seen that one before. But that'll be on the Whatnot show on Thursday at starting at 5:15.
Oh yeah, which means we don't have any previews from that show, do we?
No, I don't have any previews. I'll have a preview on Thursday morning for on the blog. So check out the blog. This is a great one. Great Feldstein cover.
I think this this quicksand monster. This is something else.
This is great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the two wraps detached on this one, but still CGC 4.5 with creamed off-white pages, and just a great. I mean, this is EC at its finest, I think.
And there's that deep red you were talking about, you know.
Yep.
But very, very cool book.
What do we have on the 24?
We've got 1,300 on it.
1,300. And guys, feel free to make offers. Anything you see.
Joe, I mean, do you want to take a look at the books that we added to the website? Or,
yeah,
I'm sorry, not the books on the website, but the books that you would give me to scan earlier.
Yeah, actually, we could do it this way if you want.
I guess we can. I guess me scanning them was a little.
They all have Post-it notes.
Well, do they?
Yep.
Oh, all right, excellent. Let's see here. All right, Rip Hunter Time Master, number 23.
Yeah, I dig this one. Cool George Washington cover.
Gigi.
Yeah, and it's a solid VF. It's a nice copy for $64. I thought you'd get a kick out of this one too. You seem a big history buff.
I'm a big George Washington guy for what it's worth, you know.
Yeah. And there you go. You got the scan of it too. Oh, yeah, that's a good way of doing it, Adam.
So you actually see the physical book?
Yep.
All right. After that, Joe, we've got FF number 31.
Mole Man appearance here.
You know what? Son of a gun. What I really wanted to do was, I forgot to do it. My phone is now hooked up to the third camera, so I can't do that. I wanted to get a picture of Jose as the Mole Man so I could do an overlay here, but RIP, buddy.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yep.
We all know what Jose looks like as the Mole Man, though. So.
Wait, what was that?
We all know what Jose looks like as the Mole Man.
Yeah, but it's not bad to take a look at a photo again, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I think Mole Man and Kingpin were his two favorite because they were the two easiest costumes to wear around.
I think Mole Man he hit in the head though. Like I think,
yeah,
you know, spot
Kingpin on. He was a little too short, but
yeah, yep.
I love the Mole Man. I think these are great. What do we call this one? A VG?
We call this a VG plus 4 for $64.
$64, yeah. So these were we were processing them and we were going to put them on the show on Sunday, and Adam didn't get through all of them. So
it's funny. I mean, Joe, you have a better memory for like remembering what books are like it have gone up or haven't gone up. And I was like, these look familiar. I don't think I talked about these, but I honestly like I've looked at so many books in the past week that I don't remember if I talked about these or not.
What do you mean when you were doing the show on Sunday?
Yeah, I was like, did I show this when I looked at this in my desk? I was like, did I show this at the Outlast show? But it's just because it was in the box. So
yeah.
My Greatest Adventure number 17. This is a beautiful wash cover. Absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful wash cover, and it's a beautiful book. I was debating whether to call this an 8.0. It was just so stunning. Really clean corners, beautiful colors. And again, just a beautiful wash cover. And
what I like about you is that you play it safe. You're like, it could be an 8.0, but I'll call it a 7.5 and let you decide that it's an 8.
Yeah, and I think also CGC is a little less harsh on DC books. I think they're just harder to find in nicer shape, especially 10 centers like this. But VF minus 7.5 for $350, just a beautiful book.
We found the petrified man. All right. Next, we got Conan number 20.
Another nice copy. It's funny seeing you twice on the camera, Adam. See what you're doing from the side.
Oh, that's funny. You're getting a side. Yep.
Yeah. Barry Smith.
The Black Hound of Vengeance is a great tagline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and a cool picture frame here.
I've never read Conan. I've been told I should read Conan. It's on the list, but it's like more towards the bottom. Not because of it's just because I have a lot to get through. But
yeah, but you're not really a sword and sorcery kind of guy. You're not.
Not particularly. No, I mean it's funny. I was looking up just things to talk about tonight, and I guess there's like a new Elden Ring movie that George R.R. Martin has something to do with, and I was like, oh, we could talk about that, and I was like, oh, but I don't really know anything about that. Nor do I necessarily care. If it's your thing, it's fine, but I think I don't know. Is it a Game of Thrones thing?
I would imagine I think that's Game of Thrones. Neither one of us has ever been really into Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones or anything like that.
Yeah, never been a big Tolkien guy.
No,
but
I'm just not a fan of Peter Jackson.
That's fair.
Make a movie in 2 hours and under, and then we.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time that I thought a centaur was a bug.
That's true. You did think that. This is cool. Speaking of the AR-15, now this, Adam, is an homage. This is not the actual cover.
I'm sorry. Joe, are you watching the chat or no?
I'm not. No, I can probably pull it up.
Andy T. Fish said, you won't like it. Try Tarzan. RGM said, what if Conan wore a cowboy hat? He said that's a great issue. I think he was talking about the FF31, the Mole Man.
Oh, okay.
Joe, Tales from the Crypt 22 or 24. I don't believe so, right?
Yeah, didn't we just show it 24?
Did we? Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, the Feldstein cover is a 24.
That's funny. Patrick O'Brien, I just saw your chat, your comment. I'm very sorry. It's
Yeah, so it's a CGC 4.5. Patrick, I might not have sent you this one because I knew you were looking for them in a little nicer shape.
Okay, there we go.
Unfortunately, that was one of them that wasn't in that 6.5 range. Although I think there was only one that was in the 6.5 from that collection.
I am horrendous with numbers. I don't have a gift of numbers.
That's all right. I mean, there's a lot of numbers being thrown out.
Okay, Patrick O'Brien said, "Sorry, not that one. The guy who was electrocuted on the cover."
Okay, I'm trying to remember that one.
I'll
have to look at the ones we have.
Yeah,
the ones that we're getting. But I don't think that one's coming in the group, Patrick.
Your segue, Joe. I think you said that AF-15 covers this Deadpool cover.
Yeah, so this is an homage. Not they didn't. This isn't actually Kirby Ditko doing this cover.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
I was amazed at what this book is selling for. Cause I picked it out. I thought it'd be fun to have on that Sunday show, or show on our show, just because it is an homage cover. 9 O's, 8 5s are selling for like $125 on this one in GP. I was kind of blown away by it, so I figured I'd put a decent price on it if anybody was interested at $88. But it's a nice looking copy. There's definitely a chance it grades higher than a 9. I think it's at least a 9. This sucker is 64 pages with only 2 ads. Guess that's why they cheaped out on the rope. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Deadpool's, if Deadpool wasn't, I mean, he's got a little bit of teenage boy humor, and I'm not necessarily a fan of teenage boy humor.
Yeah, I do like the overly cartoony Deadpool. I like my comic books to look like they're cartoons. They don't have to look like real people.
For good reason. Good reason.
We're going to AF-15 homage to McFarlane. Spidey $2.99 here. Cool
Very
McFarlane cover. And I think this has a full panel of Venom, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he's on the last page in a full panel. So the cameo of Venom. Again, people call the 300 the first Venom, but technically it's this. Again, it's the Hulk 180, 181 argument.
Yeah,
but this is what happened, like a near mint.
Let's see here. Oh, I should really get the sticker off. Near mint 9.4, Joe.
Near mint 9.4 for 125.
Some might for 125. Yep. Some might say that you can't is a person on the street call something a 9.4 because you're not CGC. But I think here you can.
Yeah, I don't like calling things near mint. I think once you get to 9.8, if you're calling something a 9.8, you got to just send it in.
Yeah, I agree with you.
My highest grade is a 9.6, and doesn't happen too often.
After that, I'm useless. Joe, we got this cool Mighty Mouse book.
This is neat. Yep.
And actually, as we show this one, again, this is a very good 3.0 for $15. Let me pull up the big scan. I'm going to grab that Terry Toons 38.
Oh, yes, you definitely should get the Terry Toons. This is a cool one. I like all Mighty Mouse covers. I think that's why I picked this one up. It was cheap, but it was a cool one. We also are getting in a collection the It Tickles Mighty Mouse cover. So if anybody's looking for that book, we'll be getting that probably within the next week or so. So let us know if you're looking for that one. I'm a big fan of the It Tickles Mighty Mouse, which I believe is St. John's. And if you're not familiar with it, tune in to Tuesday next week. I'm hopefully have it on the Tuesday show next week.
The Mighty Mouse from It Tickles, the It Tickles Mighty Mouse that's a St. John's book.
I believe it's a St. John. I could be wrong, but we just picked one up in a collection. So again, next Tuesday I'll have it on the show.
Excellent.
So, I don't even think I told you I picked it up, Adam. I think I just bought it and.
He told me it was in the potential works. I don't think he ever confirmed me that it was coming, but
yeah, it is on its way.
From January of 1941, great night cover. This is Phantom Detective, calling it a good 2.0 for $49.
Yeah, this is a solid one. It's got some problems on the front, some pieces out. This book, a couple of the Fan Detectives, I looked up on eBay. These are insane. Like I don't know if this is. I couldn't figure out if it was a key. But these are like $150, $200. Buy it now on eBay. You can't find them any cheaper than that. I figured I would just, good deal. And eBay guys can just ask insane prices for things, and you kind of can't use those prices because you don't want things just sitting around. But this is cool. Adam, what do you think the first time when you see a knight in shining armor? What do you think? Like one of these knights.
What are my Are you playing like a word association game?
Yeah, like you see a knight cover, or you see a knight. Like what's the first thing you think of?
I mean Higgins Armory.
Oh, okay. Because the first thing you should think of is Kolchak in the Nightly Murders. That's what you should think of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that probably is like 6th or 7th for me. I think like maybe King Arthur goes before Kolchak.
At least he's in the top 10.
Now, if you tell me, I don't know, Rollei 35S, what do you think?
I have no idea.
Well, that's Kolchak's camera, so I think Kolchak.
Oh, that's funny. No, I did not know that was Kolchak's camera. You said his camera is pretty rare, right? It's a pretty expensive camera now.
I think his camera, the cheapest you can find it is like $800.
Wow, that's crazy.
Absolutely nutty. Yeah, because I thought about getting you one year, and then I found one on eBay, and I was like, oh, not paying that much.
Oh, that'd be a cool gift. That'd be a cool gift to have on display. Not a cool gift for $800. Like I don't care how much money we're ever making. It's not. What's that?
Yeah, as a paperweight, you find one that doesn't work. That's because you're not going to use it.
No. This is cool. Daredevil 106. This is a beautiful copy again. I think in the 9 to 9.2 range on this one.
Let me tell you, Joe. Yeah, near mint minus 9.2. Oh, and something we had a laugh about on the Atlas show was You noted 9/11 date stamp, and I just thought that was like a funny thing if someone was collecting those date stamps.
I thought you'd get a laugh out of it. That's why I actually did it. So I don't know if these came in the same collection. They must have. I should have looked up the date stamp and see if they were like the same date stamp. But they both, two of them had 9/11 date stamps on them.
Oh, interesting. Right? No way.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, what was the other book?
I forget. Didn't you have it on? Didn't you show another book?
Oh, yep. It was not this book.
This was one that I don't think you showed on the At Last show. It was still in the box. So.
That is hilarious. I didn't realize there were two books that had the same. That's even funnier.
2 9/11 date stamps. Yeah, not that 9/11 is funny. We're not making light of 9/11, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just interesting. Like if you collected like historical date stamps, because I know we collect our birthday date stamps. Adam looks for his birthday. I look for mine.
Oh yeah.
We actually got Jay on board. Jay now looks for his, which I think is funny.
But you know, if I saw a December 7th date stamp, that's 41. That's a cool book. You know?
June 6th, 11/22. Just kind of historic dates. It's interesting.
I mean, it's also weird that being a millennial, like 9/11 is it's not a joke, but like you dealing with it, like people made a lot of jokes growing up, so it was like there was some novelty to the idea of like collecting. I'm gonna collect 9/11 date stamps that makes you chuckle.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was one of the first thing, like
Yeah, it's not malicious or anything. It's just like
of course not.
It's a millennial culture.
It's one of those dates that like you heard growing up, like where people were when they heard the JFK news.
Yep.
When Elvis died. I feel like 9/11 for us was like the first thing. Like I remember where I was when I heard the news.
Yep. So. But the prospect of someone going out there and being like, I'm going to collect 9/11 date stamps, I'm like, that's a crazy thing, but have fun,
Yeah. Anyways, over to another Spidey book. This is Spidey 119. Cool Hulk cover.
One that I don't have scanned.
Oh.
Again, these thumbnails are tiny. Hold on.
So this one.
No,
this one. You don't have a scan of this one?
No, I don't think I think I didn't upload it.
It actually probably is better that you don't have a scan of this because this front cover looks like a 9.2. So people would be like, I'm getting that because it's not a Fine Plus, it's a 9.2. It's a beautiful copy. It has a water stain on the back cover. But honest to God, I was like, wow. I thought this book was nice enough to send in. I thought it was that sharp. But the water stain is on the bottom right corner of the book. I don't know if you can see, should be able to see it there, Adam. It's pretty clear.
Yep. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you
kind of can't, but yeah, it's right there. But the front looks like it's 9.2 maybe. And the rest of the book is really nice. There's nothing wrong with it besides that water stain on the back cover.
But Fine Plus 6.5 for $1.25.
Yep, that's a cool book. I like that 119 and 120, the Hulk appearances. I think the 119, 120, the 121 and 122 all used to was grouped together in the guide. So there was a time where they thought 119 and 120 were as important as 121 and 122.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I think I've looked up old guides where they've had that. Clearly now 121 and 122 are not much more valuable, but they are more valuable than the 119 and 120, which are just bulk appearances, but they're cool covers. I know those were some of the first books I picked up when I started collecting.
Yeah, was that Ramita? I think Ramita. That's what Ruben noted.
On the cover?
Yeah, on that on the 119.
119.
Yeah.
If Ruben noted it, then it definitely is true.
Yeah. It was more or less like the tone was conversational. Like my point was being objective, but I had to take a shot in the dark and then be like, oh, Rube said that it was I was trying to be more natural than it actually was, and it clearly didn't work.
It came across. You're good.
Something to touch on really quick, because obviously we're the powerhouse of pop culture. I'm not even sure where we got that tagline, but I think we just kind of ran with it.
I think the president called us that, and we just ran with it.
Every company needs a tagline, you know?
Yeah.
Pee-wee is himself. Yeah,
What's
HBO.
National Grid's tagline?
Patrick
We're out
O'Brien.
to wake you over the coals.
Whoa! What are you talking? Patrick O'Brien's a big customer, man. National Grid, man. That's absurd. We love you guys. Seriously, we love you. Black Box. Ask about it at work. So, what do you got?
Powerhouse Pop Culture. You were on a roll. I shouldn't have interrupted.
He is himself. HBO documentary. It's absolutely wild. It's honestly it's a like 4 hours of just roller coaster.
Really?
There's so much about Paul Rubens' character that I did not know.
Now, did they do this after he had passed away?
Yeah, so they got like 40 hours of footage on him, and then they just kind of cropped it all. I think 2 or 3 years before he died.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, that's cool. So it does have like Paul Rubens interviews in there.
Oh yeah. Paul Rubens is his entire life story, but the amount of
that's awesome. I didn't know if they had done this after he had passed away, and it was just like secondhand stuff or
no. It's just straight up just Paul Rubens talking about his character, but Pee Wee Herman, like him convincing the public that he's his entire thing was like, I'm going to convince the world that you don't know who Paul Rubens is. You don't know who Pee Wee Herman is. Like, you don't know who is the real person. And that was his whole shtick, his entire life.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing that he did an episode on SNL and he was Pee Wee Herman. He wasn't Paul Rubens. It was Pee Wee Herman that did an episode on SNL.
There's so much confusion around that. There was so much when the credits rolled for Pee Wee's Big Adventure and they said, and it said written by Paul Rubens, people didn't know that he wrote it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Paul Rubens also good friends with oh man, I just had his name. The guy on SNL that was shot by his wife. Phil Hartman, who is I think one of the funniest guys ever. I think underrated.
They were boys.
Yeah, they were really close. Did it touch on that at all in the documentary? Did he talk about?
When Phil goes to New York, he goes to LA. They kind of stop talking for a couple of years, and then after everything happened, he felt awful about it. But kind of wild. I mean, if you haven't watched it yet, I'd absolutely recommend it.
I think Phil Hartman helped him write Pee Wee's Big Adventure, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. I think so. Yep. Yeah. I was up till probably 3 last night watching it. So.
Oh, that's cool. That tells you that and it was longer than 20 minutes, I would imagine. So that really shows you that you were
hour and two parts that are an hour and 40 minutes long.
Total, or an hour and 40 minutes each?
No, hour and 40 minutes each for 2 parts.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah, you're over 3 hours.
Yeah. That's a big commitment for you.
It's very good. It's honestly very yeah.
That's cool. Also, if you want to go over the blog, Adam, real quick.
I'll share a screen really fast. I mean, I'm in no rush. I hope you're in no rush.
I'm in no rush either, but just figured. I know there's a lot of birthdays this week. I believe yesterday was Herb Trimp's birthday.
Whoa, what the heck? All right, give me 1 second, Joe. We got some birthdays.
Not read a blog post about Herb Trimp yesterday.
All right.
Thursday is Jack Cayman's birthday. As you can see, Adam wrote a blog wishing Stan Sakai a happy birthday, which was his birthday was Sunday.
Happy birthday, Stan Sakai.
Yeah, which I read today. Nice job on that one.
Thank you very much.
You got to meet Stan, right, at San Diego? You actually bought the skate deck?
Stan's a wicked nice guy. The skate deck that is in my kitchen, the Usagi Yojimbo one, he was insistent I don't pay for the signature, which was just very kind, but I kind of forcefully paid for the signature. And he also gave it a little marquee, drew a little Usagi Yojimbo sketch on it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That was extra, but he threw that in. And so he's a super nice dude. And I think I've met many artists, only the ones that I've really wanted to meet, but Stan Sky is definitely the type of dude who, when you interact with him, he's like very grateful that you like his work,
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely the exact opposite of never meet your heroes. He's the reason you should meet your heroes because he is such a nice guy.
He's quiet, but he's a really, really sweet dude. But yeah, so happy birthday, Stan. That was Sunday.
And then of course we had Infantino's birthday.
Which I'm noting these birthdays, but
What's that?
You were the one noting these birthdays, so props to you because we wouldn't have these
Yeah.
without you doing the research.
Yeah, I have a little date book on my desk that, you know, I can't remember family's birthdays. Like, when is your birthday? Is it the 23rd of October? But I can remember Carmine Infantino's.
Yes. Yep. Obviously.
Yeah. So happy birthday to Carmine. As I said, so Carmine's birthday was Saturday. He would have been 100, which is pretty amazing. Stan was Sunday. Carmine's was Saturday. Stan's was Sunday, and then Herb Trimp was, I believe, yesterday. I believe that was Monday. And then Jack Cayman's is, I think, Thursday. So we got a blog on Jack Cayman, which, I don't know if you know this, Adam. Jack Cayman's son invented the Segway.
No way.
And Jack Cayman did the design, some of the patent work for the Segway.
Whoa, no way.
Yep, that was one of the things he did. I think he did it in like the early '90s. He passed away in, I think, like 2008. But I thought that was kind of interesting that Cayman's son did the Segway.
That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Joe, you wrote Black Terry Golden Age Hero. This is a very good blog post that I recommend.
Yeah, definitely check out the blog. Some of them are just, you know, like actually, I wanted to ask you about the Three Men in a Basement review. We have the Three Men in a Basement review. Fridays are movie reviews. And this week we did, actually, it was a movie review and from the vault. We just picked up a UK poster from Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer. But those are all the rankings for every movie review we've had on the blog. We started it in last October as a horror movie review, and it's kind of expanded into all kinds of movies.
And again, you can search the entire archive of the blog. Very simply, it'll go back to really a year ago now. So Joe posts a daily blog every single day. So go to the homepage, go to the Picto Daily Digest. You can get it to a couple options. Don't forget to check out the other floors, guys. Third floor has toys, t-shirts, skate decks, a couple other odds and ends. The second floor is original art and prints. Then the basement has some bargains, trades and comic supplies, bags, boards, mylars, clear boards, etc. Use etc. when you have a lot more things to say or
not anything left to say. Guys, also, if there's some type of bags that we don't carry, you can always let us know. We can try and put it into our next order. If there's because I don't think we have magazine bags up there, but if it's something people want, we can certainly, have some custom orders on that stuff. There's always a pretty good chance we're putting an order in to either Gerber or what's the other company?
Comic Clear.
Comic Clear. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, Joe. I think that might be. You got anything else?
I didn't know what your thoughts. We haven't really talked about the 3 Men in a Basement show. I don't think we really chatted about that on last Tuesday.
About it.
What's that?
Let me jump over to the blog post you posted about it.
Yeah, it was a quick little recap. I thought that was a lot of fun. Otto does a nice job. One of the things I was mentioning, actually, I put on your video as a recap, so you can click on the recap and check your post on it. The post that you made, the reel.
The video. It's funny. I was just about to do that, but what? Wait, did you put it somewhere, Joe?
Yeah. If you see the bottom of the blog post, check out the video.
Oh, that's. Oh, that is. You and I are on the same exact page. I was literally going to Instagram on another tab to find that.
If you click on the recap.
Relax. All right. We'll start this again. All right. There we go.
Head on the floor, girl, 120 it would do. And I remember Marvin Gaye singing, what's going on?
Good stuff,
It's a
Joe.
short little video, but it was a fun show. As I was saying before, I think the nicest thing is there's a huge sense of community down there. You're not worried about like, losing a book from theft, or like I feel like you could almost like leave out a box and just have people like drop money into the box. Like it's almost it's just a really nice vibe, and it's so much different than like the big shows like New York Comic Con and stuff. And
I mean,
we were always on edge thinking like, weird people coming into the booth but like you could literally ask anybody to watch your booth there, and they'd probably watch your booth so you can use the bathroom or do whatever.
Yeah. And again, those shows are far superior to the big corporate shows.
They are, yeah. So they did a nice job. They had a bartender. They had specialized drinks. I know they had a King Kong drink, and then I think a Terrificon drink.
Oh no way.
Yeah, because I got us a couple of drinks. You didn't see it, but they had them named. I thought that was kind of nice to support two other local shows.
Attention to detail.
Yeah. Yeah, but Otto and those guys are great. We got to get Otto on one of these Tuesdays. Although he works on Tuesday nights, so maybe we can move the Tuesday show to Monday night and have Otto jump on.
Get one of the men from the basement.
Yeah, definitely. But it's a fun show. Again, really nothing but comics. I don't even think there were any toys in the room. It's nice having that like that central. There's no celebrities. They didn't have any artists or writers or anything, which is fine. I mean, I'm okay with those kinds of shows. But it is fun seeing some of the guys that like go to Little Giant, like Steranko and Mike Royer and stuff like that. But
yeah, I mean, I like the idea of nothing but comics in the room. You kind of get a quick feel for like, who has what you're after. You kind of, make your rounds once. Perfect size show, like you said, probably maybe 30 dealers, maybe a little less than that. But still a collection of books to choose from. So it was that was well worth it. We'll definitely be back. Our big pickup, Joe, of the weekend, I think you noted it, was that I just put him down. I brought him in here and then I put him down. The Silver Surfer 4.
Oh yeah, Surfer 4. CGC 8.0. Nice copy there. It's nice and square, which it's kind of tough to find with those square bound books. But that was the big pickup. We traded for those actually from one of our buddies. Big Daddy had that one. Traded some of the Spideys we picked up. But that was fun getting that deal done, and nice to have that book. I think we showcased it on the show last Tuesday, and I think Adam will be putting up on the website in the next couple of days.
Yeah, the Silver 4?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I literally just...
That's right. We showed it last Tuesday, Adam. We had it on the show.
I was grabbing the Terry Tunes as well, but not a big deal. Again, we're doing inventory. So my desk is
but it's funny. So the Terry Tunes is cool because that's the first Mighty Mouse.
Just really, really quick. So yeah, 300 in the Basement show. That thing is well worth it. I don't mean to make a quick transition, but I do want to show this Terry Tunes before we end. But yeah, I mean, first Mighty Mouse. I know you were excited to get this book. I was super excited to get this book. I'm sad to see it go, but one of a kind, timely.
It is certainly one of a kind, and I couldn't find it anywhere else available. It is not an easy book. Another book that I've never seen before, actually. First time that I remember.
Oh wait, that's wild, Joe.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure Ted has had it, but I don't think he's had it since I worked for him.
The network.
But even so, I don't even remember seeing it at a show. And again, that's one of those books that, like, it's funny because I've seen Detective 27 at the Metropolis Comic Link booth, probably 6-7 times. I mean, Landry Pop had that Detective 27. So it's not saying that Terry Tunes 38 is a harder book than Detective 27, but I just think it's not nearly as big of a book as Detective 27.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's just it's a cool book. The only ones I
Uh,
could find are on eBay, and those prices are just bonkers. But
I am with you, man. Yeah, it's I think it's one of a kind.
yeah, it's a cool book.
But
So that'll be going up on the website as well, Adam, if I'm not mistaken. I actually probably have to come up and grab those slabs, right? So you can we can get those scans up on the website.
yeah, because my scanner can't scan slabs properly, but yours can.
Yeah.
So
So I'll grab those tomorrow, and we can get those up on the website.
absolutely. Yeah. So website again. We put up a batch of like 70 books today. It might be a couple of days. We're gonna be doing inventory, so it might be a couple of days before we get some additions on the site. But I know we're also a little behind on invoicing, so we're gonna invoice tonight. Those will go out. So check your emails if you've bought from us in the past live show. Atlas didn't send it over until yesterday for what it's worth. No, I'm not blaming him, but it came over late Memorial Day weekend, so.
Yeah, so next Thursday we're gonna be having another short box show. Actually, Adam, real quick before we head off, I have a couple. We're gonna do a magazine themed short box next time, and it's gonna include magazines like this Mad 24, the first magazine size Mad, which is pretty cool.
So I'm going to translate for Joe. We're running a short box auction of magazines starting next Thursday. It's 7 p.m.
Yes, sorry,
Yes.
to not make that clear.
Well,
These are just a few I had on my desk that were prepping for that show. But Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, number 27, White Tiger. I know White Tiger is pretty hot right now. Another Deadly Hands of Kung Fu 29.
This will be a neat one, Joe. To see how magazines do on the.
Yeah, so we've sold a few magazines on Shortbox. So it'll also have some FMs. We got a couple FM slabs that'll be going up on the auction. So that'll be everything will start at $2 next Thursday. Auction starts at 7, Adam?
I believe so. Yep, 7:00.
And then runs through Sunday.
Yep.
Next week we'll be back with our regular claim show, and then in 2 weeks we're actually going to be going. Picto and Friends will be with At Last. We're going to have a claim show the next Picto and Friends, June 10th. We'll be with At Last. So we'll have a lot of fun books ready and raring to go for that show.
And yeah, Joe. So we'll be at Heroes in the middle of the month. We'll be at Empire Comic Fest. We'll be in Dayton, Ohio.
Yep, that's right. So if you guys I think we have all those links on our website, right, Adam? So if anybody has any more wants any more details on those, they can find all the links to those shows on the site.
The upcoming show tab is, I think, right at the bottom of the site. Yep, upcoming shows. There we go. April 5th is crossed out. April 19th is crossed out. Next one is June 20th to the 22nd. That is Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep. So then the 11th and 12th at Empire Comic Fest in Rochester.
I gotta add Dayton, Ohio, Joe.
Yeah. Dayton, Ohio was kind of a last minute, well, not last minute, but we were waiting to hear back to see if we actually got into Dayton. So
yes, yep.
But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Again, if you have any, if you want any more info on those shows, you can always Google them. I believe Dayton is called Gem City, and then Empire Comic Fest, and then of course Heroes Con. I think that's it, Adam. You have anything else?
I think that's all I got, Joe. Yeah, I think we're good.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Again, we'll be back next Tuesday for a great claim sale, and we'll see you then.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Tarzan of the Apes, a character of Edgar Rice Burroughs' famous book, in reality is the son of a titled English couple, Lord and Lady Greystoke, who were put ashore by a mutinous crew in the jungles of West Africa. The maroon couple were left with tools and firearms, and Tarzan's mother and father built the little hut in which Tarzan is born a year afterward. It's the night of their little son's first birthday. Lord and Lady Greystoke are sitting in their rude but strongly built home. Around them lies the jungle, dark, mysterious, teeming with great sinister shapes, mocking with dreadful quiet through the night. The roar of a lion tells that the mighty monarch of the forest has made its kill. And from farther away can be heard the hideous laughing cry of the hyenas, echoing the lion's ponderous roar. The wind rustles the leaves of the trees outside. Both are startled.
What's that, John?
Yes. I heard it too. Oh, it's only the wind in the trees, dear.
It gave me rather a start.
It did me too for a moment. Silly as both of us. Nothing short of a herd of elephants could force its way in here. I confess a bit of pride. This place is built like a vault.
Oh, John, I know we're safe enough, but sometimes I don't think I can stand it a moment longer. It's the nights. They're dreadful. There, that's what I mean. All night long, the jungle seems to threaten us. And those hyenas, oh, that hideous cry of theirs. It's like the laugh of a maniac. They seem to be jeering at us. Though someday
Now,
they...
Alice, get hold of yourself. You can't let go this way. You'll go mad. You have to hold tight, dear. For him.
For him. Oh, he's a year old today, John.
Yes, a year old and as sound as a nut. Sleeps through gunshots and everything.
He's a darling, isn't he, John? And the picture of you.
Nothing of the sort. He looks exactly like you. Oh, yes, he does, dear. Why, he has your eyes and that sweet little smile of his. Why, that's exactly...